Oh, goodness. There's Antonio. Hi, Antonio. Oh, uh-oh. Is it me? It is me.
No, no, no. I can hear you. I can hear you.
Oh shit.
Hey, Chris.
Here we go.
Guys.
Okay, we always.
Hey, Sway.
Hi
Hey.
guys.
So
Hi,
great.
Sway.
Hey, Chris, Aaron,
What's going
Antonio.
on? So, what an episode. So, I was told, or I just read that this was the sexiest episode in Fox Soul history.
I know you've had other
Well.
sexy episodes.
That was cute.
It was fun seeing your expressions when I was flogging Antonio because I didn't catch all that. That was so hilarious. I was like, "Oh my god!" Yeah, it was funny, really funny. But
No, that was really hot. I had become one with my nipples.
Yeah, Chris. You commented about that. Chris was like,
well, as long as your nipples are happy and you're happy, if you're tingling all over, then my job is done. Job is done.
I'm so incredible. I think what was so fun about this episode was that as you lulled us with your voice, it was one of those things that we realized that in this moment, the experience is not just about the tools. It's not just about what you bring with you. It's about the energy and the personality and the communication that is so much a part of the moment. And what I loved is that this happened with Antonio because he had this experience, before, and it was unpleasant.
Right.
And after this experience, he had to go and tell his husband, okay, look, before this episode airs, let me tell you, I really enjoy myself. So, so I feel like this was so good. This was so good. Yeah.
Well, I'm happy because I was thinking that he wasn't gonna do anything just because of that experience. I thought Antonio, I thought you were gonna say, "Oh hell no." So I do appreciate you like being vulnerable in that moment with me for sure.
Thank you.
Antonio,
Hey, Cheryl.
Hey, Cheryl.
Hey, babies. What an interesting show. Did you get to watch it too, Sway?
I just watched it. Yeah, I have a friend here with me, and we watched it. I was really nervous because I've never done anything like this before, so it was just really an honor to be on the show with you guys, and you guys are just treating me like I was family, just like you've said. So it was nice.
It was great having you. It was absolutely great having you, and watching it. During the scene, of course, I was blindfolded. So I was in the scene and of course having an experience watching my castmates, co-hosts watching, and it just brought a whole nother level of understanding of what was happening there, which was really cool. I got to see some of those pictures at the premiere, actually.
Okay. Yeah.
Remember? Oh my!
I remember.
Great to see the episode. So it was a very. I'm glad it was me too. In that, I think people got to see a different side of me. They got to connect with me in a different way. Even if you know me, I think it'll be interesting to hear what folks who are back in Detroit, who I know follow our show very closely, what they thought of it, because I'm sure it gave them a peek into another aspect of me. So thank you for being a part of that with me. I really appreciated it.
Oh, you're so welcome. You're so welcome. And I'm just happy I was able to share that with the rest of you as well. And you never know. I mean, it's all about exploring your kink and being open and playing with people that are experienced and going someplace where you've never been before. That's the whole journey. It's an adventure. And that's what it's all about in the BDSM community is explore yourself, explore your kink, explore your sexuality, and have fun with each other. I mean, that's at the end of the day, that's what we want to do.
Yeah.
There were so many people in the comments that were expressing their sexual attraction to Antonio.
Oh,
And this is
So Antonio is sexy.
thank
this
you.
is for everyone though. How do you all feel if you are hit on by someone of the sex that you're not so attracted to? So
You mean like the opposite, like women or?
yeah. So what
Oh, I'm flattered.
Okay.
I'm flattered personally. Whoever, I think when someone, I think it's how someone does it. I think if someone's being disrespectful, no matter what their gender is, it's disrespectful. But oftentimes it's playful. I like it when individuals are clever. Like I like clever, and flirting can be clever. And so whoever is flirting with me, if they're clever, I'll respond in a clever way too. So yeah, I like it.
Yeah, I agree with Antonio because I've been, we do a lot of bar events monthly, and we are also out in the community, and sometimes you get people that are drinking and they're not approaching, and they'll just come up and grab you, and a lot of times that may not be in the right way because some people think they can just touch you and grab you any kind of way, especially if I'm standing there in a jock strap or something, and they'll come up and grab my ass or something, and I'm like, wait a minute, I didn't give you permission. Or if you said something in my ear first and say hello, and I acknowledge you first and give you a nod or something and allow you to do that, then that's okay. But not all the time. It just depends on what it is.
Yeah. I mean, for me, it's I don't get enough attention, so I get
Really, Chris? Really?
so whatever attention I get, I'll just accept it. Thank you.
How about you, Aaron?
I think I'm probably with Chris. For honestly, it's always shocking. Maybe I'm not. Maybe I'm in my own space on this one. I find it shocking when a woman finds me attractive. I find it shocking when a man finds me attractive.
Oh, come on now! All of you guys are handsome guys, and I'm sure, right?
That's it. Yeah, we're gonna have to explore that.
Exactly.
Another time.
It's not true. You're very handsome, Aaron.
Absolutely.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, look at my shirt I got on, guys.
Oh, I love that with the boots.
Hey!
Love that.
Barcelona.
Wait, oh my gosh! Wait, were you in Chicago for IML?
I think I am. Who's Antonio or me?
You.
I was there, and
I
I'm
missed
sorry.
it.
Were you traveling then, or what?
No, I was not able to get there. I was working.
Oh, well, it'll be next year then. Next year, or you come out to Folsom or Dory Alley.
Okay.
Street,
you have them jump right in, huh?
I know, right? So did you enjoy? Did you enjoy your time in Chicago?
Oh, I absolutely did. You don't go to Chicago and not do something.
Exactly.
Onyx, one of the things, the look, we talk about leather, and some of it, uniforms and gear and all that stuff can sometimes look menacing or have a certain look to it that makes people, that comes off as intimidating. One of the things that we talked a lot about with you on the show was that quality of care that you brought and just your whole approach to it, which was the opposite of what the image sometimes looks like. How much of that image is the experience, and how do people who are new get past that intimidation factor to get involved or experience or explore?
I would say for new people, and I was talking to a fellow member and friend in the organization today about this. For new people, I would say go to a Pride festival where they have a leather and kink tent. That was one of my first exposures to being flogged, and they were given some demonstrations there, and I asked questions, and it's a non-threatening way to see. You can stand on the sidelines and watch and see what's happening. And what I would suggest you do is actually speak to the people when they're not in a scene with someone, and just ask questions and be curious. Always be curious. Or even if you're at a leather bar, and you're seeing a demo happening, you can ask members of different organizations what's happening, and ask their take on what they're doing. There's just different situations, even at some of these street festivals, such as a Folsom, or there's Folsom East that's in New York. That was just, I think it was just last weekend, where they have people doing demos at these things, and you can just be at a street festival, walking through the street and see people doing bondage and be curious. Yeah, it's just, and of course, because we have so many social media platforms, you can find out individually from people you see online, as well. Just because, I mean, our chapter, we have an online presence, as well as several of the other chapters. We all have online presences, so you can reach out to people individually and ask questions separately, to any of our ONYX members. If you want to ask questions about kink and fetish and how to get involved, it's all there. Just go to onyxsw.com.
Awesome.
If anyone has any questions, comments,
Bad. I'm traveling, so if I go out, forgive me. Go ahead, please.
Oh, no worries. Somebody asked about euphoric and being in a headspace. Euphoric and being in a headspace. If I may just quickly talk about that for a second. It's just when you have a connection with someone, and you are like I was doing with Antonio, and we are in sync with each other, and then it's a feeling of happiness when I feel his energy and he feels my energy, and we're vibing off of each other, and then we go to another place in our heads mentally, and that makes me feel happy inside, and it doesn't have to involve the sex. We could have sex, but we don't have to have sex to feel that way.
that is incredible.
So that's a great point. I have a question in terms of what happens when you don't feel that connection with someone, where you feel that they're uncomfortable and it's not going to go well, or you anticipate that this is not going to be a good experience. How then do you resolve that and move forward?
So I've probably had this happen once, where I was in a scene with someone, and it wasn't terrible, but it wasn't great. But you have to communicate with the person that you're engaging with. You have to communicate. If something does not feel good to you and it's hurting you, don't stand there and take it. You have to let them know, because if you don't communicate and let them know that it's hurting, or if they, like, maybe if I'm flogged, and it maybe if I've been flogged possibly a little bit too high on my neck, I need to let the person know what's going on with me. And I was like, oh, you hit my neck. Can you stop? Or can you like go down further? Or even when I've been bound and tied up, my circulation was being cut off, and I say, look, I can't feel my arm anymore. Can you let me loose? And the person that I'm with immediately takes me out of that. Immediately. They shouldn't be waiting or hesitating, because I could pass out. Especially when you're doing rope work and you're doing suspension work, or you're doing something extremely complicated. You need to always communicate with the person that you're engaging with, and they should be open to receiving communication with you. If they are not, you should never, ever, ever play with them again, especially if they're not, because then at that point you've crossed the line, and then they could potentially hurt you.
Is there a communication style that is actually recommended for
take those
that kind of activity? Or
you and Cheryl are talking at the same time.
Cheryl, I need to finish this. Is there a communication
wait,
style?
Chris. No.
Is there a
Cheryl? No, Chris.
Cheryl, is there a communication style?
Chris?
Suede, is there a communication style
Chris?
that needs to
Chris,
exist, so that way there that we can communicate and understand that communication, so that then that way, because if I'm asking you to dominate me in some way and be in control, like Cheryl's trying to be in control and I'm not letting her be in control, and so if there is a situation like that, so that then is there a communication style that needs to exist, so that then that way you don't feel like you're in danger.
Yes, there is. You can
Because I
signal that
felt
person.
in danger.
You can tell the person that's dominating you or controlling you to take you out of the scene immediately. You just say, "Can we please stop? Please stop."
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Go ahead, Cheryl. Go ahead, girl.
Cheryl.
Okay, thank you, Chris. I'd like to say thank you for those tips, because if we can apply it throughout, even when, other types of sex, it would be so wonderful to just know the importance of communicating. Thank you, Suede. Thank you, Chris.
We need a safe word here.
We need. That's right. Season 3 will have a safe word.
Maybe just something as simple as red light, green light.
Guns blazing. Third season.
Oh shit! Now what that is?
So
let's not even discuss guns or anything like that. This is a safe space, and we're here to talk about pleasure.
I wanted to ask a question that Tam was asking. She wanted to know, how do you determine how much pressure or force to use when you begin flogging? And I wanted to ask a similar question in a different way. How much of it is you getting pleasure versus you giving or pleasing your partner?
I get pleasure from when I see how I am affecting the person I'm flogging. If I start to see that you're enjoying yourself, that gives me pleasure. That means that I'm helping you get to a place that you've never been before. If I'm not getting anything, if I'm getting dead fish from you and you're just that means that that means that either this is not something that's for you, you don't like it. And I've had people like that, they just don't like it. And they've told me, they're like, this is not my thing. And I was like, I respect that and appreciate it. Now, as far as the level and intensity, I always ask people, especially people that I always ask if they've been flogged before, if they haven't. That gives me a starting place for them. If they've never been flogged before, then I start out gradually always, because I don't know what kind of pain threshold they have. So I slowly start ramping up and doing something very light. And I always, just like I was doing with Antonio, I check in with them. I was like, how's the pain? How's that feeling to you? And then if it feels good, I'll keep going. And then I'll say, I'm going to go up a little bit higher with the intensity. And then I keep going and going. Now, some people, they're true sadists and masochists. And they love it. Like, we just had a festival this past Sunday, and this guy, he couldn't get enough. He was black and blue. He just wanted more and more and more. And we had to just kind of cut it, because, we were going to a level that was pretty intense. And especially for people to see that, they've never seen that sort of thing. But some people can go there with their kink.
Very well, very good.
Okay. Has anyone been incorporating any of this since we filmed?
Oh yeah. Have you guys done anything at home with friends, partners, sex partners, or
anything different or new?
I've been searching high and low.
Cheryl, it sounds like I'm going to have to do something special with you personally.
Oh,
invite me to one of those events. That's what you're going to have to do.
Oh, you're welcome anytime. I will set you up, and I'll personally handle you myself.
Oh, thank you.
See there. No, but
the YouTube chat, they were on one. They loved you on the chat, and I put your ID there.
Thank you.
So to answer your question, Aaron, no, I haven't. But what's interesting, I have been looking forward to this episode and being able to see what I didn't see.
Yeah.
I'd say after today, I do think that it inspired, reignited my curiosity.
Yes.
That's the whole thing, is being curious. Be curious with your partners at home, whether it's just somebody you're hooking up with, or even with your long-term partners, or just your I'm going to go ahead and say it, your fuck buddy. You know, do your thing with them, but just be open and be willing to be curious. Some people are like, oh no, I don't do that. I was like, you don't know until you try. And it could be just as simple as something, just tying up one hand behind you and having the other one free, and being blindfolded, because then it's all about the whole sensory thing. You know, you're experiencing something that you have never experienced before in a different way.
Love it.
I want to know if Antonio or Suede, if you have any reservations about people seeing this episode. You know, Antonio, you have children. Do you have any feelings about your sons seeing this?
No, not at all. Matter of fact, I expected them to come and watch it with me, but they got. I asked them why they didn't come watch it with me, because they came into the room and commented about all of our leather garb and stuff while the show was on, but we hadn't gotten that part yet. And I thought they'd come back and watch it, but I'm gonna play it for them actually. So no, I told them all about it. I told them it was coming on tonight and all that. And my husband couldn't wait to get home to watch, because he doesn't have to get home in time to see the show. He made it home tonight. He wanted
Okay.
It's going down tonight then.
Oh, he loved every moment of it. He loved he loves seeing me get pleasure also. Oh. So this fit right into everything that's everything.
Okay.
That's great.
Wow. Missed another one. Nadia. Oh, you missed another one. All right. You missed a whole lot. Suede, do you have any reservations about being seen in on a show like this?
You know, I'm still processing that. I've actually sent it to some of my cousins back east who have no idea I'm into what I'm into. And you know what? It's about breaking down some barriers and some walls, because this is okay. What we're doing is okay, and it's okay to feel pleasure like this, and it shouldn't be hidden in the closet or anything like that. This is normal stuff, but a lot of people think it's all taboo. So you know, it's me pushing myself, even though a little bit of me, I try to keep my professional side separate from my leather side or my kink side, but some of that still crosses over, and it's about kind of coming out of the closet all over again.
So what would you say? Because I think that there, you know, as we as a unique show speaking to the Black experience and the LGBT, all the letters now. Okay, all the letters. And so being in that space, and then now the leather community, and then having Onyx as this sort of four colored people version of that.
Yeah.
So how would you encourage other men of color that are interested or curious but don't understand? How would you attract more members and people to understand what it really means versus, you know, misinterpreting what you guys are about?
Again, I would say just reach out to us personally. You can reach out to me. Just go to ONYX, ONYXSW.com. That's our website. You can read about the organization, and you can contact us through the website and find out more about the organization and talk to individual members if you're curious and questioning what's going on. We also have events, and we have an Instagram page as well. So, you know, I just encourage people to go to our Instagram page, and it could be for any of we have 9 chapters throughout the US. So if you go to ONYX, ONYXSW, you can click on a tab there, and it says the chapters. And we have links to all the other chapters all over the US for those that are in cities or smaller towns and they want to get connected and connected to other members. And then the members you can contact those members and they can talk to you about Onyx, talk to you about leather, talk to you about fetishes or, other things within the community. It doesn't just stop here with me. It branches out to other organizations, even organizations that are not even Onyx affiliated, because here in California, there's several leather organizations. It's not just us. We're not the only house on the block.
I wanted to ask something. Follow up. It wasn't a question, but a follow up to what Aaron asked a moment ago about whether you had any reservations. I just remember, because of course we don't get to see the packages. So when we saw your package in the show, it was like really cool. I mean, the introduction package.
Thank you for clarifying that.
Thank you. I was like, okay.
No, I saw the package. I loved it. Thank you.
I love.
We were back there in the back changing together.
Yeah, I did. I was helping him with wardrobe. Thank you.
But I wasn't shy.
But the whole where I was going with it is in the intro package. I mean, we got to see this full-faceted human being, and I think that's great that our audience got to see that as well, particularly when people think of leather or BDSM is dangerous and this other thing. When you see the fullness of the person, I think it also helps you just be a little bit more curious and more receptive. So I just wanted to,
absolutely,
it made me think about that.
I just encourage people when they're playing with someone, if you're having a scene with somebody, just always ask them about their experience, or at least watch what they're doing first before you commit to doing something with a stranger you don't know. You want it to be safe, and you want somebody that's experienced, because some people do pick up these toys and they don't know how to use them in a safe way with another person. They'll just start beating on somebody, and I'm like, that shouldn't be done at all. So, and then somebody did have a big question up there. There are different types of floggers, different types of material. There's whips. There's a whole several different types of floggers that you can use, and made of different types of leather, even rubber, and so many different things. I would just encourage people to go to different festivals or different events like IML, MAL, which is in January, is Mid-Atlantic Leather Week, even coming out to Folsom, and then you can see all the vendors with all the different types of bondage equipment. Wow. That's another way to expose yourself, so you can see what's all out there. So many different toys, so many different tools for that matter. So, we haven't even gone into the electrical play, and there's rope, and there's so many different things, wax play, fire play, that I've seen, needles, you name it, it's out there.
I'm interested in the electrical play, actually.
Oh.
I have I thought about bringing that on the show. That can be very fun as well. Really fun, especially if you connect something to where I can touch you and shock you in certain areas.
Mm-hmm.
It's really amazing. Really amazing.
We'll talk offline.
When you say electrical play, I can relate to that. You just been my friend for many years, so I might be open to that one.
All right.
I'm so honored, man. I just want to say your voice is intoxicating. Somebody on the chat said he could get me out of my drawers any moment. I love you all.
And speaking of the chat,
thank you.
All right.
I have to say,
my co-host, Suede. I love my co-host.
I know you do.
Yes, I want to say that there have been 37 people here for the entire broadcast that we've done for this after show, and this is our core audience. If you have been here watching, you are, our people. And so I just want to thank you. Here's the camera. I thank you for being here, spending your time, hanging out with us after the show. you know, we're on this journey together. Always remember that. So I love you. Thank you. I'm sure everyone else feels the same way.
Absolutely.
I just want to thank you guys for letting me be a part of this, and you know, it's been a pleasure as well. Real pleasure.
Well, no pun intended. It's been an absolute pleasure for me.
I know where you live.
So good to see you again, Sway. So good to see you guys as always.
I can't wait for the electric
Sunday, right? Are we all down Sunday?
Yeah, I'll see you on Sunday.
Sunday. We're going to be in Gay Pride LA.
Yes.
Yes.
So come on out, see us on the float. Suede will be there.
Yes.
And you know, come out and support us and wave. And it was fun last weekend at the WeHo Pride and Cleveland. And you know, we're really trying to get out there and touch the community. We're glad you're going to be joining us.
Yeah, and hopefully you guys will make it out at the end of the month in Chicago. So
absolutely,
towards the end of the month. So hopefully we'll get to party there too.
Absolutely.
Yes, you can come back, Sway, since I missed you.
Right.
I can try that electric shock treatment and see what that's all about.
So with that, guys, we're going to say good night. Go ahead, Sway.
Okay. Good night. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye, everyone.